Hey friends, Pastor Timothy here, and I'm with Miss Betty Rickman. And she wanted to share a little bit about her story, something that recently happened. And Betty, I understand that this year has been a little tough for you, not just with the pandemic going on, but tell a little bit about what happened to you recently.
Well, I know that we all started in March with a very unusual 2020. But for me, mine started in January, on January the 8th. I was doing some woodworking, which I love to do, and working in my workshop. Due to an unfortunate accident that my saw hit a knot, it caused the knot to arc and hit me in the right eye and actually cut the globe of my eye. So not to belabor the point, but I did choose actually to have the eye removed to protect the other eye.
Yeah.
It heightened some things, some awareness that I wanted to share today, basically about faith and prayer. And faith has gotten me through many situations in my life when, you know, I felt alone or I felt overwhelmed. When we say we have faith and we say that we give this to you, Lord, and we trust you, sometimes we still hang on to the other end and we don't let go.
Yeah.
When it happened, of course, the instinct for me was to pray, you know, oh God, please don't let me lose my eye. That to me, I thought was a natural instinct for anyone.
Sure.
And my workshop is in my garage, and I was going into the house to get something to put over my eyes so that I could then get some help. And I was praying the prayer of, please God, don't let me lose my eye, until I stepped upon the threshold to my kitchen door. And I stopped.
Yeah.
And at that point, I said, God, it's in your hands.
Wow. So right as you're walking out.
And it was almost a physical release.
Yeah.
I honestly can say it was almost a physical release that I could feel it leave me. And it enabled me to proceed on and be very calm and do what I needed to do to get help to, which was to call my neighbor and to get help and get to the hospital to do what I needed to do. And that was my prayer every day, was let me have the strength to do what you want me to do and take this one day at a time.
Wow.
I was fortunate enough to have many people praying for me, not just the church here. I had many people here in the church who have been so kind and generous and have, you know, sent up many prayers. But I have laughed with my sister and said, I think I have the whole Southeast covered because I know that I have covered Florida to Virginia. I think we often forget, once the trial is over, that you think is the real trial, it's not over.
Yeah.
Because we have to continue to thank God and give Him praise for everything that we have. If we really truly turn loose and let God have the situation, He will give us the strength to get through. I've been blessed in another way that I didn't even see coming. Was a lady that works at a fast food restaurant. And this was before I was able to get my prosthesis. And she asked me, she said, I want to know, can I ask you about your eye? And I said, sure.
Yeah.
She was scared. She was frightened because she thought she was going blind and she was going to lose her sight. And her question was, what can you do? Can you drive? Can you do? And I said, oh, yes, I can, you know. I'm fine. I can do all these things.
Yeah.
I can do everything I did before. And I didn't have a lot of time, but I encouraged her, if she could, to get some help. And she was concerned because she wasn't sure that she would have, you know, the method to get it.
Sure.
And it would have been about 4 weeks, and I was back into the same fast food place. She saw me immediately, and she was just, I'm so glad to see you.
Wow.
I can't believe that you're here. I've waited. I was afraid you wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
She had gotten the help she needed.
Wow.
And she said, I just wanted to tell you that when you left, I felt so at peace. And and I felt like I could do what I needed to do.
Wow.
She had a detached retina. She was able to get the assistance she needed, and she's doing fine.
Really? So she sees okay?
She sees okay.
Wow.
So I knew that those things are what God
Yeah.
allows us to do, and allows us to use any situation to help someone else
So good.
if we're open to it.
So good. So I just want to speak to someone today that maybe you're going through something that's painful. Betty's story, just to summarize, such a beautiful story, is that God can turn your pain into your purpose. And just like she was able to help someone else that was having sight issues, and that they were able to find healing because of the doctor and the information that Betty referred her to. So this is Betty's story. What is your story? Please send us a message if you have a story that you'd like to share. Thank you, Betty, for sharing your story.
Thank you.